Communal violence overtook Tripura just recently, with the minorities coming under attack. Journalists and others reported the violence on their social handles, and 102 have been booked under the UAPA for spreading fake news. Members of fact-finding teams have also been booked under this act, leading to a storm of protest all around. However, despite this, the BJP has won 112 seats uncontested in Tripura's civic polls out of a total of 334. Opposition candidates claim they are being harassed and pressured, with the Trinamool Congress taking this up on the streets. The Supreme Court has now directed Tripura's police to provide security for the poll candidates. The state remains tense and the minorities fearful as the state moves towards the civic elections on November 25. A total of 785 candidates are contesting the remaining 222 seats, with the Trinamool Congress, CPIM and Congress in the fray, along with the ruling BJP.
So welcome to Off Limits, everyone. Our guest this week is Poojan Biswas, former Youth Congress leader from Tripura, who has now started his own party, the Tripura Democratic Front. He's also an advocate and is in the middle of all the controversy and the violence that is being reported even by Delhi newspapers. And we have him here to set the facts right and to give us a perspective of what is happening in the northeastern state. So welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So tell us what happened. Just tell us a rundown to what happened.
Okay. So in the last few months, there has been some disturbance centering the whatever incident happened in Bangladesh over the Hindu minorities.
Yeah.
Rules has been broken at that time in Bangladesh. And centering that incident, there has been some gathering and rallies by the RSS and the Hindu, their organization. So after that, they have created a little bit of unrest in our state, and the Muslim minorities in our state in Tripura, they started feeling insecure because of all these things, because it has created a fear within all the people of the minority communities, because they are very less in Tripura, only 8% maybe.
Okay.
In maximum of the areas, they are only 3%, not even 3%, less than 3%. So a fear prevails among them due to all these things, because it may go in any ways, and centering all those incidents again in Panisagar and various other areas, some masjids has been vandalized.
So is this not a first of its kind, or is it a first of kind violence? Because violence now is being reported fairly frequently from Tripura, right? A little while ago, we had the CPM issuing statements, and then there was a confrontation between the BJP and the CPM. So is this all new to you guys in recent history? Or, I mean, I just want you to spell it out for our viewers.
Okay. So in the last, this is the first time BJP has come into power in Tripura. That is from 2018.
Yeah.
And before that, there has been a long 25 years ruled by the left front.
Yes.
Tripura. At that time, we were in Congress only, and lots of Congress leaders and cadres had been brutally killed by the left front workers. So after that, just to remove CPM out of power, people had voted for BJP. They thought it is an option. They had no organization though, but they have voted for an option just to remove CPM. And after that, they came into power. That in our state, Tripura, there has been no religious diversity, neither any communal based anything. There was a harmony to all these things, not so much of rest. But after BJP has come into power, Tripura is known to all over India because of the wrong things, not because we can boast of anything. We can feel proud of that Tripura is known for this good thing, but all for the negative things. This has happened after BJP has come into power.
But tell me, when you talked of the brutalization and that there was a history of violence between political opponents in the past in Tripura, now if you look at it, the CPM seems to have completely disappeared. It's almost as if, we were just discussing it the other day, that it's like, poof, it's gone. It's
Yes.
not there on the ground, right?
Right. You are right. Because after in 2018, when BJP came into power, there had a lot of CPM cadres, their houses has been attacked because the same thing they have done in last 25 years. So from that time, it has started. All these things are going on. These crimes has also been raised in our state.
Right.
And CPM have rather given protection to I had contested from 7 Ramnagar Assembly constituency. At that time, I have protected the people of CPM communities only, because maximum of the Congress people had gone to BJP. They have faced violences. Those people who have poor people have faced violence. We have given enough protection to them from our side. But we have seen the CPM leaders to be disappearing. They never came out or faced anything, all these things.
So right now also, who's on the roads? I mean, who is talking of, peace and talking of harmony? Which political party is doing that now in the middle of this violence, this current round of violence?
After this religious violence,
yeah,
we are the first political party who gave a deputation or a demonstration, you can say, outside of the DGP police headquarters. And we have submitted a memorandum to the Director General of Police just to ensure the safety of all people. Apart in any community, they may be from either Hindu, Muslim, every community should be protected in the Panisagar and Koilashwar area. And these religious violences should be stopped. That's from our party, first time.
So yours is the Tripura Democratic Front, and you obviously left the Congress to form it. Now, why did you do that? And how do you plan to take this forward?
Yeah, at that time when we were in Congress, people, those local people in Tripura, whoever knows me, they know it very well that I have spent from my own pocket to stand this party, the Congress party. And we have done it very honestly and positively. But there were some gaps between the AICC High Command and the state president. The gap between them is being filled up by several in charges. So there had been a little bit of corruption, as I have seen in the last 4 or 5 years of active politics in my life. So I have seen that whatever we are trying to do good for the people, and we have tried to place genuine people, honest people, and acceptable people in the society in the important posts within the party. That they have not allowed us to do so, and there has been always a barrier, right thing in Congress party. After that, after much thinking, I have decided that I have to either I'll not do politics or I'll not remain in this party anymore. So I have, first of all, I had resigned from the post of President Youth Congress, and also from the primary membership of the party. But then I have seen that we had a lot of followers across Tripura, and our youth base is very strong. So their future will also come to an end if I do so, because they all have given me enough support and love from them, from all communities. So after that, after talking to everyone, we have decided not to join in any party, be it BJP or Trinamool or anything. We'll form our own front and we'll fight for the people wherever we can. Like to set up a regional party, we need various things, like funding is the main thing. So we have arranged some amount of funds so that we can carry it forward. But when we go in terms of the assembly elections or any polls, there will be a requirement of good amount of fund. That we are in talks with everyone, how anybody can help us.
Just now you had the civic elections, and these elections, I think, were held now, right? And the BJP has done very well in that. So is that a vindication of violence, or is that a vindication of their policies, or what? How do we read it sitting in Delhi, say? How do we read the results?
In Mohanpur, Bishalgarh, and most of the areas, BJP, without being contesting also, they have won. That is the only reason, is that nobody dared to stand against them because of their violence that they have created. And we, as a new political party, regional party, we have just come out, we have announced our party on 7th October. It has not been a month also, and we have not got the registration or symbol yet. Therefore, we have not given our candidates everywhere. Only in Agartala area, only 3 wards we have given nomination, and 1 Nagar Panchayat in Amarpur. And the reason is that there is no opposition to the BJP, because they have, in recent times also, it has come into various news. You have also seen, I think, that many of the opposition houses has been vandalized, be it of CPM, be it of some Trinamool also have given candidates. Their houses also been vandalized. So it is very clear, if there is any fair election at this point of time in Tripura, BJP will be definitely voted out of power. People need a good opposition who will raise their voice only this much. They will vote for that.
Yeah, but it's interesting, you hear this all the time, that if there is a good, I mean, the ruling party, whatever it is, will be voted out if there was a fair election. But the point is that in an election or in democracy, people have to acquire the courage to fight whoever's in power. In this case is the BJP, and like you spoke about the CPM before that, and then also maybe the Congress. So how are you going to really rework this whole situation, considering that you're saying there's an atmosphere of fear? But there was always an atmosphere of fear to some extent in Tripura, wasn't there?
For our party, the atmosphere of fear is not a factor, because we have earlier also, we had a very good clash with BJP in Bishalgarh. In this time, in these civic polls, we are not ready to put, we have a party constitution also that has been formed by senior advocates and all senior leaders. So we have submitted that to the election commission. They have said they will require almost within 6 months, we'll get the registration and everything with the logo. So without a logo, being an independent candidate and approach the citizens for vote, it is a very hard thing or a difficult thing, you can say. So we have refrained us from doing so in these civic polls, but in assembly polls, we'll be fighting with all our strength and might. And also we have this village council elections in villages. We'll fight all those totally.
We've always seen that somehow in the Northeast, the independent parties or the local parties prefer to go with whoever is ruling at the center. And it's very seldom that, you now have a sort of a BJP affiliated governments in different states. Earlier, you had Congress affiliations. So this seems to be some kind of, I don't know, strategy or complex of the political class. Because regardless of what the people think when they vote, the local party likes to go with the ruling conclave in Delhi. Isn't that true?
It is true, because in Meghalaya also we have seen that BJP hardly have own seats, 2 or 3. After that, BJP is having formed the government with their MLA as the CM. So it depends upon the regional party. First, being a regional party, we have to understand the sentiment of the people. And only in Tripura, it is felt that only a regional party can understand the people's sentiments and what is the need of the people of here. And forming a self-government, a regional party's government is self-sufficient. I don't think that it needs a central government to run it, because we have all the resources in Tripura. The proper utilization of the natural resources is the main thing which the BJP is failing to do. As I can see, as a not as a political leader, as a normal citizen also. So all these things had to be taken in consideration, and people can be given without this government job. This government job is a very secure thing for any citizen of our country. Government job, because after retiring they get pension, and there are lots of facilities that. But our state is self-sufficient with its resources and lots of this rubber cultivation. Rubber, our state exports it. So there is good opportunity to give business to people and work to the youngsters. But why BJP government is failing to do so, I don't understand.
Right. Right now, what is the situation like? Considering you've got a UAPA sort of slapped on about 102 people, and that has been creating a stir in its own level. So what is the situation now? Is there any sort of give? Is there any rollback? Or are you guys all in Tripura very quietly watching the situation?
No, quite. Actually, what happened in that incidents also that happened in Panisagar and Koilashahar. We have our district president, MD Abdul Matin, district president of Koilashahar district from our party, TDF. He has been also put a fake case against him, and now police are harassing his family. And now we'll just tomorrow we'll go to the court. I'll myself go to get anticipatory bail for him. We'll see whether the court accepts or denies. That will be seen. But the situation is that they are trying to they're selecting all these community people, Muslim community people, and they're targeting them. And if anybody is speaking about that incident, unnecessarily they are putting some cases against them. We have seen about some journalists also. They have registered some cases from Delhi and from Kolkata, whoever on social media, and they have Tripura government has requested the Twitter to cancel all together, I think 65 Twitter accounts from Tripura, those who have posted on social media about that incident. So this is a they're trying to break the democratic institutions of the country as well. We have seen in various cases in India. So in this way, a democracy cannot run. So we have to all together, all the people unitedly to protect the democracy of our state and the identity of our people. We have to unitedly fight. And for that reason, our party, we support every religion. We want to give respect to everyone equally. That is our primary thing that we are looking forward to.
Aren't you worried? Aren't you scared? I mean, given the atmosphere of fear that you're talking about, how come you're speaking so openly?
No. I'm not scared about anything. That day, 5 days back, I had I have gone to Panisagar, and I tried to visit that area where those masjids and shops had been vandalized. So the police didn't allow me to go there. To reach there, they're saying that there is no permission to go there. You cannot meet the people. Okay, fine. Then I have started communicating to the local people of that area. We have our people, party workers also, and I have handed over a check of just a nominal amount so that the shops can be they can repair their shops and start the business. I have given an amount of initial 15,000 to them, but still now they could not go and deliver the check to the local people, the panchayats or pradhans, because the atmosphere is totally so tensed that we don't want to disturb the atmosphere anymore. So the check can be given, or whatever we can help those people out there, we can do that in any other process in any other time. But the important thing is the standing with the people at the right time. So we are doing that.
Yeah, and then you want definitely peace restored and some kind of normalcy to return, right?
Yes.
But is the situation a little better as of today while we are speaking?
Yeah, it's better, but in Koilashwar area, it's not that good till now. They are in fear. Today morning also I have got some calls from there because I'm handling some cases from there. So they are saying the situation is not good. In Tripura, the minorities, not only Muslims, we have Buddhists, we have Christians. So all they fall into the category of minority in our state. So we have to work with everybody, and everybody's rights have to be granted to them. If we keep disturbing, polluting the environment by all these things, definitely we will, our state will be hampered.
Right. So, but you know, to some extent, if you hear other people's arguments, even here in Delhi, and I'm standing your argument on its head, then when Bangladesh goes and it attacks minorities and it kills Hindus, which it has done many times in the past years as well, it's sort of a favorite thing of the fundamentalists there, then how does it need to have an impact here, or it usually doesn't have an impact here? Forget the political meddling with it. But normally, do people react? Do they feel hassled? They feel worried? Or they feel that this is injustice being done in another country, and how does it impact on us?
Yes. When the incident happened, our party advisory committee chairman, former MLA Sri Taposh De, he himself has written in his letterhead on behalf of our party to the Chief Minister of our state and to the Honorable PM of Bangladesh. The Hindu minorities over there, what all atrocities they are facing, and that brutally depend on them, they should be protected and should be given full protection from all these things. First, we have stood with that. And after that, when we have seen that same thing is happening in the minorities of our state due to some incident in another country, we are polluting our environment. Then we stood with that community also, that should also get some protection from the government and the administration. So we don't want the religious violence on the Bangladeshi Hindus, because they are minorities over there. We stand by their rights, and whatever equality they should prevail. And same thing for the Muslim minorities of our state also. We want protection to them, because it should not divide our people in terms of community, and the brotherhood that prolonged we have continued till the years. This should not be broken at this point of time now.
Right. So thank you so much for giving us this time, Poojan Biswas, and for bringing in a voice of sanity in the middle of all the mess. And we hope that peace will prevail, and we hope that your state will go forward, and so will you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so honored. Thank you.
Bye-bye. That's a voice from Tripura, a young voice, a new party, the Tripura Democratic Front. And it is a voice for democratic rights, for communal harmony and peace. So I have little really to add to what Poojan Biswas has said. He's been very articulate. He's spoken with some passion and with what he believes. And we can all join him in hoping that unity prevails and that India's vibrant democracy is protected for all times to come. Thank you.